Okay, so Christian, what I wanted to show you real quick was just what I was talking about as far as hand placement on that, essentially a flat snap. You were throwing it when I was seeing it. You were, throwing your offside first and then returning with the snap and really kind of just dragging it across, kind of like with this kind of a motion. You'd pop this shot over and then you were just kind of this. Now I'd like to show you why I think that's not necessarily the best, and I'll demonstrate on the pellet a little bit. But one, when you're extending that shot all the way around, you can see that the tip just kind of follows the sword around. So you can see that there's a great deal of potential for that shot to sort of drag across or just sort of slide across and not really hit with that impactful pop that we're looking for with a good shot. And so if you come over to the pellet and you throw that shot by bringing your arm and your hand all the way across, you can see how that could slide rather than pop right in. Additionally, when you do that mechanically and from a position of being able to follow up with that shot, you're not really in the greatest position. One, you've extended yourself and you're way over here now. So one, if your opponent's paying attention, they could take this as an opportunity to close range with you, to shield press, try to knock you off balance by pressing into you. Your weapon's over here, your shield's over here, vice versa, fighting righty. But, so you can really get kind of knocked out of the way here by getting this overextended in position versus keeping it tight. It makes that much more difficult. You're much more quick to be able to recover because of your stance and your placement if your opponent decides to do something. So you've got the dragging potential for the shot, you've got the extension, overextension, and then on top of that, it's just slower to recover from that. If you're going to try and generate something as a follow-up, you're here. Now you've got all this other kind of distance and changing that you've got to do. You can see the potential for, if you're here, now you've got to throw kind of a potentially another tippy, swingy shot around to recover from that. If you're having to stretch off of that, there's a great deal of opportunity to hurt your arm and or to get hit in the arm. So, the closer and tighter you can keep your shots while generating good force with hip rotation and a good, core power stance. All this extra drag and arm stuff, you really shouldn't need that, and it's in my opinion, it's bad technique that you want to try and correct early on in your fighting. Center line pop with that shot, if you're going and you throw that offside shot first, and so you're here, I've got a good position to then recover for this kind of a shot, and that happens, so I'm here, that comes around the head, and it just follows through and around. It's an arc, bang. And so you don't have to throw that and then recover. You don't have to throw that here. In the heat of a press, there's different things that you can do positionally and from angles and so forth. But, generally speaking, you can pop that, and you'll notice hand is here, center line of the opponent. Hit with the sweet spot of the weapon. Rather than dragging, it's just going to pop in. No chance for tippy, no chance for, stealing power because you're not hitting in the right spot of the weapon anymore. I hope that says what I was trying to say.